Poor student married 71-year-old millionaire woman. 7 days later, he was shocked by what he saw. Part 1. The Proposal of Desperation. Elias Rahman was a 24-year-old scholarship student scraping by in the heart of New York City. A brilliant computer science graduate student from Bangladesh, he was quiet, thoughtful, and driven, but burdened. His father had died of a stroke 3 years ago. His mother was ill back home in Dhaka. Every dollar he earned went to her medicine and his little sister's education. Elias barely ate 2 full meals a day. One evening, after tutoring sessions and hours of coding, he found a note in the university cafe. Earned $10,000 for a lunch meeting with no obligations. No scums, just curiosity. Vuka. He almost threw it away, but something about it nagged at him. Hunger and desperation can do strange things to a man. Part 2. The Millionaire in the Corner. That weekend, Elias entered the grand lobby of a penthouse on Fifth Avenue. There she sat, wearing a crimson scarf and diamond brooch. Winnie Hartman, age 71, sharp-eyed, with elegance born not just of wealth, but wisdom. Winnie had once been a best-selling author, philanthropist, and tech investor. She'd lost her husband 20 years ago and had no children. "The world forgets women like me," she said over soup. "But I still have a mind, and I need a companion, just for a while. For reasons I'll explain later." Elias was confused. She didn't seem lonely, but something else, haunted. "I'll pay your tuition. I'll pay your mother's treatment. But I ask you something strange in return," Wendy said calmly. "Marry me." He stared at her, thinking it was a joke. But her eyes didn't flinch. Part 3. The Unthinkable Vow. They married quietly at City Hall 3 days later. Elias told no one. Not his friends, not his professor, not even his mother. "It's temporary," he told himself. "She's kind. Maybe she just wants peace." The papers called it strange. Some thought it a stunt. Others mocked her. But Winnie didn't care. In the penthouse, Elias was given his own room. No intimacy, no affection. Only conversation, walks in the park, silent meals, and her request, "Stay with me for 7 days. On the 8th, you may go, and everything I promised will be fulfilled." On the 6th day, she showed him her will. On the 8th day, "If I'm gone, you'll inherit it all." Part 4. The Secrets Behind Her Smile. But that night, Elias heard Wendy crying. She didn't know he stood near the door. "Forgive me, Peter," she whispered. "Forgive me for trying to recreate something I lost." In the morning, Elias asked her, gently, "Who's Peter?" She looked away, distant. "My son. He died when he was 24, the same age as you." A photo rested near her bedside. A young man with dark hair, quiet eyes, not unlike Elias. The resemblance was uncanny. She finally told him everything. Peter had taken his own life 10 years ago. Lonely, brilliant, broken. Wendy had always blamed herself for choosing her career over her son. "I saw your eyes that day in the cafe. They reminded me of him." Part 5. The 7th day. On the 7th night, Elias stayed up beside her. She looked frail, barely awake. "I feel lighter," she said. "I'm sorry I dragged you into this. But you gave me peace. Something I never had before." He held her hand. "You gave me more than peace. You gave me a reason to believe someone could still care." She smiled gently. "You don't have to pretend to love me. Just promise to live your life fully." That was the last thing she said. Part 6. The Will, the Twist, and the Letter. Elias was shocked. She had passed quietly in her sleep. He sat with her for hours. A woman he barely knew, but who had somehow reached into his soul. But the next day came the real shock. Wendy had left him not just her fortune, but a recorded video, a confession. "If you're watching this, Elias, then I'm gone." Elite. Not about Peter, he was real. But the money, that wasn't the real gift. "You see, you reminded me what kindness felt like. And I wanted to see if someone still existed in this world who would show compassion even when confused, even when uncertain. You passed. But here's the truth. I found your mother weeks before we met. I sent her the medicine. Paid off your home loan. Your sister's college? Fully funded. All before you said yes. I just wanted to know if you'd still say yes without knowing. And you did." Elias broke down in tears. She had changed his life before he even said, "I do." Part 7. A New Beginning. He never spent the millions. Instead, he turned the penthouse into a foundation, the Hartman House for Young Minds, offering scholarships to students like him. He kept Wendy's portrait in the library. A soft smile, a crimson scarf. Her eyes still warm, still watching. And sometimes, late at night, he'd sit in her old armchair and whisper, "I hope you found Peter. I hope he knows you tried." And in the silence, he swore he could feel peace.